Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at 17 tips and tricks that I like to use on my Note 10 right now that I basically use every single day when I'm using this device. So these are going to be pretty cool because if you didn't know about it, then that's cool, right? But this is a video for kind of like beginners because it's going over some of the fundamentals. But if you're an expert, feel free to stay to the end of the video. I truly appreciate you for coming through it. I definitely appreciate you. I greatly appreciate you for coming through and kicking it with me. Let's get this video up to 30 likes within the first 24 hours so we could beat the YouTube algorithm. But let's just jump into the first feature. And that's going to be the pro mode on here. So if you didn't know that this thing had a pro mode, or actually a portrait video mode on here, I'm going to show you an example. But basically it lets you take a video of your face and blur out the background at the exact same time. So it gives you different blur effects, and you can control the strength of it. And I'm going to post the video up so you can see it right now. But that's how the portrait blur effect works. And then the other thing I really like is that this thing that does have another cool feature, which is called Pro Video Mode. So if you're not aware of the features on Pro Video Mode, just focus on the focus. That's the main thing you should focus on right away, and then all the other features are gonna fall in line. But basically you're gonna be able to tailor your videos. So let's just say you're doing B-roll for your YouTube channel. You could definitely take a lot of really good blurred out effect videos where it's going to focus in on your subject really well. So that's going to be an example of how it looks right there. I just posted up a video of how the Pro Video Mode looks. It looks really professional. If you're the type of person who likes to shoot a lot of B-roll, this phone does really well with that, and I use it a lot on my YouTube channel for when I'm recording videos and such like that. Now the third thing that I use pretty much every single day on the Note 10 right here is the screen off notes, right? I always take out my pen, and I always have an idea that I want to jot down within the flick of a pen. So, Note 10, Samsung. This is the best feature that you could actually imagine having on any smartphone, because you're able to basically pull out the pen, write notes within a blink of an eye. It's really straightforward. It has a lot of features baked right in. You could change the colors, you could change the pen tip, and you can erase and things like that. And then you could just put the pen right back inside of the phone when you're finished taking the note, and then refer back to it later. So that's the feature that I pretty much use every single day when I'm using this guy. The fourth feature that I use pretty much every single day is the pop-up window. So you can actually go to an app that you're using, and you could just long hold the icon in pop-up view. And this is really good if you're the type of person who wants to shrink content on your, maybe you're looking at something at the meantime, and you're Google searching, I don't know, sound peats. Maybe you want to look up some headphones. Look, I just shrunk the app. It's still right there in the background, so I could just say like sound peats, free to classic, which are pretty much the best budget headphones at this price point right now. And then you could look on Amazon, and then they have like a coupon code. You can go to the Amazon page, and then if you could continue to do what you were doing. Oh, they're still on sale right now. And then you could have this in the background. Just let's say you want to look at a phone number at the same time, or look at somebody's contact info, or maybe you're just browsing through social media and you're doing two things at once. This phone is really good at the multitasking with that pop-up feature. So I really like that. That's one of my features I always use. And then the fifth feature that I find really awesome on here is the scrolling widget feature. And it's baked right in. I have it baked right in, but you can actually scroll right here, and you can see you can scroll between a number of things. And it's kind of like how Apple had did it with their widgets. So you could just go to a smart widget right here, and you could get different icons. So depending on which one you want, I could choose this style, and now I could have the icons floating across the screen with the widget, which is really cool because you can see multiple things in one little box, and you could just scroll across. You can add, you can subtract what you want on there, but I definitely think that that's pretty cool. Now the sixth feature that I use almost every single day is the sidebar multitasking option right here, where you can actually get to your apps like really quickly. You could just flick that on the side. It's basically translucent, so it's transparent on the side of the display, so it gets you to your apps really quickly. I really like the fact that it's there, because if I'm just like using the phone, I could just quickly hit that tab and I'm in the app that I want to get back to within a blink of an eye. So that feature is actually really clutch as well. Now the next feature that I like on here is number 7. And it's going to be the home screen button. You see right here, you have no app tray button, but you can actually add one when you go here into your settings and just hit right here where it says show home screen, show apps screen button, boom. And then it should just be there right here at the end. So now you have your app tray button at the end. You could reposition it, I think, or you could just leave it there. Yeah, you can only put it there. You can't reposition it, but I like having that there instead of just always swiping up all the time. Even though I know you can get to your app tray just by swiping up, it's good to have that button because it's just there for your convenience, you know. So I like that button. I also like number 8, which is going to be notify yourself with a flash. Basically, what you want to do is go into settings. Now, just keep in mind, if you're in public, people might think you're taking a picture of them, but just go to notifications and then swipe all the way down where it says flash notifications and just hit that. And then right here, you can see you could do the camera flash notification, screen flash notification. So if you want your screen to flash or your camera to flash whenever you get a notification, it will light up as soon as you get a call, text, or email or anything of that nature from social media. It will light up, letting you know that you've gotten the notification, which is pretty cool. So and not only that will the phone vibrate or make a noise, but it'll flash. So there's 3 different things that's pretty cool, you know, that will remind you to look at your phone. And then, you know, there's the number 9 is you can add icons to I don't know if you knew that or not, but you can add icons to your calendar. And this is pretty cool if you have like a fun event coming up, maybe for your kid or maybe for a doctor's appointment. And you can go to your calendar right here. And then if you see something, a day on your calendar where something special is happening, you can notify yourself and it'll differentiate it from the other days. You can hit this little smiley face right here and choose between all the icons on here and emojis. So if you have something really fun coming up, you could put, you know, a face or an expression on your calendar, and it's gonna be pretty cool because you could put like this little, you see the little drink right there pop up, and then you can actually add, you know, some notes here in addition with it. But it's just gonna be pretty cool that you can mess around with these different icons and put them on the calendar for specified days, which I think is really cool because the note is going to be packed with a ton of features, and that's just another icing on the cake when it comes to this guy, right? And then the S Pen Bluetooth controls, I use these pretty frequently now that I've gotten used to it. So if I was listening to music right now, I'm going to try to throw on something non-copyright so I don't get charged or penalized for playing music or something. But let's just say I have a song playing right now with my S Pen, and instead of me trying to toggle the volume on the phone, I could just go like this and swipe up, and you can see the volume is now being moved up, and then pause play. I could go to the next song too just by swiping over. And you can see it's kind of hit or miss. That time I got it. I swiped to the next song perfectly. And you could do your volume down, your volume up, your song back, your song forward. And you could also control other things that I'm going to get into. So if you're still here, just type "I'm still here" in the comment section, so I know you're still rocking with me. I truly appreciate you for kicking it with me throughout the whole video. Make sure you stay to the end of the video, because I'm halfway done right now and I'm almost finished, but I don't want you to miss these next tips that I'm going to be talking about. So the Bluetooth controls are really clutch if you want to use those when you're just looking at your phone on a desk and you don't want to pick it up and you have the pen in your hand. You can easily control it. But there's another feature that I want to talk about with the pen. And then another thing is the volume limit on here. So if you're listening to music, just hit this volume button, the three dots, and you can get to all your volumes, and then hit the settings option. And what you want to do is actually protect your eardrums, because right here on the top right hand corner it says media volume limit, and you want to turn that on so that if you get a phone call. The other day I got a phone call and I had earbuds in, and when the phone rang, the earbuds, the noise level was so loud that the sound was very piercing and very it threw me off. Like, I had to take the earbuds out because that's how loud it was. I couldn't even. But if you have this on, it's gonna actually tailor the sound to the right volume so that you don't destroy your ears or whatever. So that was crazy, because it was extremely loud when I got that phone call, and I wasn't ready for it at all. So I liked that this has a volume limit so that you can control that. Now the next thing I like is the shortcut for the camera with the pen. If you take out the pen, you get all your features right here, but if you just want to get to your camera real quick, you can long hold the button on the pen and it's going to open up the camera right there. And I really like that part. I really like the fact that you can open up the camera, and you can also, press the button right here and stop on your camera. So you have an option to control your camera directly through the pen, and you can also summon the camera with the pen, which is something that's pretty cool with this device that I really like. So I definitely think that's helpful and useful in everyday scenarios when you're using this device. I really think that's something that's pretty cool, because I like to use the camera a lot. So if you're gonna take a shot and you're standing away from the phone, or you have the phone set up on a tripod, you could just tap the pen while the phone's on the tripod and then just start the video with the pen. That's something that's really cool. That's awesome about this device. So the next thing I like is that if you want to make your screen more vivid and pleasing to the eye, go to the settings and just go to screen mode and then put it in vivid. I had it at natural, but as soon as I put it in vivid, all the colors seemed to pop out, and it just felt more lively, and it felt like the screen was more alive and more just like really colorful, really bright. The Super AMOLED panel really stands out on this device when you put the colors on vivid. So I just think that you should put it on vivid if you really want to see the difference in the color tones. And the blacks are really good on this device because it's that Super AMOLED display, right? This thing also does have the always on display, but sometimes I just turn that off because I want to save battery, and I don't always want to look at my device all the time. So I just wanted to throw that out there. But another thing that you can do is screenwriting. So let's say you're browsing through social media and you see something real sick. Like, you might see this picture right here. You could take out the pen and screenwrite and then send it to other people. So I would just hit screenwrite right here, and then I'll say, oh, this is what I wanted to show my friend right here. This phone is fire, and then I could just send that off with the share button. So you also can take a long screenshot as well. You could save it like I just did right there, but you can see you could write on the screen and then just share messages, different ideas. But you get with the pen, it allows your reminders, notes, and things that you want to share with other people to be more clear, because you have a picture and then you can we could write words right over top of the picture, which is something that I really like. But if you think that feature is cool, let me know in the comment section. I definitely think it's pretty sick. And the next thing I like is that this device does have call recording. So if you're in the phone, for example, and you go to your settings right here, you can actually record calls on this guy, auto record calls, and it will record the calls. You could also go to your, option right there where it says recorded calls to see all the calls that you recorded. And I think that's pretty cool, because if you're the type of person who just wants to go over how you sounded during a specific phone call, you could listen back to it. It's going to be recorded. And maybe you want to catch somebody out there saying something crazy, you have some evidence that you can use against them, but don't use it in the court of law, right? I'm just messing with you. But the next feature that I think a lot of people would want to use is the block call feature, the blocking feature, because a lot of people get blocked these days, right? For different reasons. Go to settings and then in your call dialer, and then the first thing you're going to do is click block numbers. Now you can add it from recent, or you can add it just by typing the number in and block unknown and private numbers as well. So that's another feature that I think is going to be straight fire for this device as well. But the last thing I want to talk about is when your call display when using apps. So basically, when you go into the app that I'm going to be talking about right now. So basically what this feature is if you're on a phone call, you go to right here into the phone call option, and then you go to settings right here, and then it says call display while using app, and you can choose the size of your screen. You could have it a mini pop-up video screen, you could have it a small pop-up one, which it's always at, or you could have it full. But if you want to tailor it, and it says keep calls in pop-up right here, after calls are answered, keep them in pop-up, and you can toggle on the small pop-up screen so that you can actually do other things while you're talking to someone else. Well, hopefully you did find this video helpful. If you made it to the end of the video, type down below I'm still here in the comment section, so I know you stayed through the whole video and kicked it with me, right? But I truly appreciate you for coming through and spending your time with me. Every single like helps the channel, but make sure you subscribe to get notified for more videos just like this. And I'm going to check you guys later. Make sure you watch another video that I made just for you right after this one. I'll check you guys later. Peace.